Golden Arrows rising star Sianda and Lovo won the Player of the Month for September and October.
South Africa has their PSL. Nigeria has their PSL.
When will we get to this level? Best Player of the Year award, Best Player of the Month award, Coach of the Month award.
There are still many leagues in Africa that Nigerian league is better than.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you the honest fact. Let us be honest. I'm not biased. I'm telling you the fact.
There was a monthly award in the PSL in South Africa. The best player of the month and the best coach of the month. I'm looking at the player of the month for September/October is Sianda and Lovo, and the coach of the month of September and October is Abdusalam Audao. So I will start with you, Albert. Sianda and Lovo. Which of the team does he play for, and how was his performance?
You see, Sianda and Lovo play for Golden Arrows, I suppose. And you see, there is, I think, every league throughout the world have a medium, a yardstick in which they use to evaluate whom they give a player of the month. And don't forget, all over the internet, it is boldly written, Golden Arrows rising star Sianda and Lovo won the Player of the Month for September and October. Now, if he's a rising star, because I've watched his performance week in, week out, the guy has been a standout performer. So before, I believe, like in some countries, they ask some people to cast a vote, coaches or some captains to cast a vote on who they feel in the 3 nominated players and all of that. So if somebody like Sianda Lovo is given the best player of September and October, and missed players in Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates, Kaiser Chiefs, Sekokuna, and all of that. So it is well merited. And you see, when you give a player of the month in such league, everybody will want to up their games, because the more you win a player of the month, the more your market value increases, the more your prestige in football increases, and the more you want to win more. In such, you give yourself that thing that is required to become the best player at every point in time. You know, if a player in a team wins the best player of the month, other of his teammates want to up their game as well. And it brings positive competition in a team and throughout the league, throughout the entire Nations League. Are you getting it? Now, looking at the coach, Abdusalam Audao, the coach of Orlando Pirates. Yes,
I think he's a Moroccan also.
Perhaps it's a Moroccan. Now, it is well merited as well. So I say, because there were certain kind of indices that were put in order for him to be given that coach of the month. Don't forget, he won it, and statistics show that it's their first major accolade they have won. The two of them, Sianda and Lovo and Abdusalam Audao. Now, you see, if they have won it back to back, it shows that it's well merited. And don't forget, these two players, I don't think they are not from South Africa.
No, they are not.
They are not from South Africa. Lovo, I think, from Zimbabwe. The coach is from Morocco. Yeah. So if this award is given to the coach and the player for 2 months in succession, it is well merited. That is to say, the people that gathers the data for giving the best player or the best coach, they are not corrupt. Let's use that word. They are not biased. Let's put it, they are not corrupt. The difference between being biased and being corrupt. You may not be biased, but you are corrupt. So if you say the fact, somebody may just tell you at the back of the archive and tell you, yes, you don't merit it. You may just do this and do that. So that's where
most person with corruption.
Yes, that's where corruption comes in. Are you getting it? So this is another medium at which South African league is actually growing, because yes, it's even growing more and more. Because if you identify best player of a month and the best coach of a month, it gives room for other people to try in their best for as well. Because at the end of the day, when you retire as a footballer, as a coach,
those are individual awards.
You understand? It will be labeled when calling your names.
Yes, it's true.
You understand? Let me just give a fast one. Which day will Nigeria get to this level? Which day will this is our country, Nigeria? We are proudly Nigeria. That's why we must always coin them in every
because our league is not being televised now. So
that's why I said we are proudly Nigerian. That's why anything that have to bring growth into Nigerian football, we have to coin it in.
No, definitely we need to say.
Yes, when will we get to this level? Best Player of the Year award, Best Player of the Month award, Best Player of the Coach of the Month award. Don't forget, they say you have Player of the Year, Player of the Year, Player of the Season, Golden Boot Award, and highest goal scorer. All these things comes with several prizes. I think Best Player of the Year come with about 250,000 rounds. Best Player of the Season, 200,000 rounds. Highest goal scorer is about 50,000 rounds. Then Golden Boot, 50,000 rounds. It's a moral booster. It improves, the psychological capacity of every player, knowing fully well, if I do like this, come at the end of the season, apart from my salary, my other things, I'm going to go home with this. It improves the league. It makes the leagues more better. You understand? So whomsoever is handling Nigerian league and every other country in Africa, you understand, their football administration should try as much as possible to emulate people that are trying to bring a more competitive league in African football. Because when African football is more competitive, we'll bring in the best player that can help us contest at the world stage in the World Cup and win the World Cup one day for us. That's my take on that.
Anyway, Chima, PSL Player of the Month award, Sianda Glovo, and PSL Coach of the Month, Absalam Aldo. What do you think of that? What do you think about these two people that are not even South Africans? And yet, without being biased, these awards we are given to the two of them. Unlike in Nigeria, to be given to either Canopy Last or one.
No. That's not the case.
That is Nigeria for you.
That's not the case.
But that's a story for another day.
No, that's not the case.
That's a story for another day.
Everything, I must be honest to you. When I see black, I say it like
when last is the Player of the Month?
Wait, let me.
Do we even have it? Do we even televise our league?
Yes, we do. We do. Everywhere in the world, in Africa.
Who was the Player of the Month in Nigeria?
Wait now. Let me tell you the difference. The difference here is that you see in Africa, even if you host a tournament, a grassroots tournament,
they must be player of
the tournament, they must be player. But it's the manner and way you carry it, you present it. You know, like the league as well. South Africa has their PSL. Nigeria has their
NPFL.
England have their
EPL, yes.
But the level is not the same. Even in Europe, we have standard. The EPL is far bigger than many other European countries as well. But they are the same European, which means what? The standard that is being kept in that country is quite higher than other standard. So, but that does not mean they're not running league in other countries. There are still many leagues in Africa that Nigerian league is better than.
I don't think so.
I'm telling you the honest fact. Let us be honest. I'm not biased. I'm telling you the fact. In as much as
that you cannot even televise.
Wait now, let me tell you. Let me finish now. Wait now, let me finish. Nigeria league is bad because we are comparing them to the likes of South Africa, North Africa, because we believe that is where our standards supposed to be.
Because we are the highest, the most populous black.
That is what I'm telling you now. So because when we see what South Africans, what Moroccans, what the Egyptians, what the Tanzanians are presenting, we believe that this is where Nigeria is supposed to belong. But there are still other small African countries too that feel like coming to Nigeria as well is even an upgrade for them, not knowing that even the Nigeria that we are talking about is we don't even like the standard which we are operating. And I believe that the PSL to have not gotten to the limit where they want to. They also are looking up to some certain place. It might not be in Africa. They're also looking up to maybe Europeans, maybe the EPL, because today now for we to sit or for people all over the world to sit down and be talking about Premiership, Liverpool, England is because they find it interesting, because they find something good there that is not in other countries. If not, we should have been discussing Denmark League. We should have been discussing Latvian League. We should have been discussing Croatian League. You understand my point? So what I'm saying,
Player of the Month.
So we talk about the praise. It's because of what you said. That's so that for the viewers, so that they will not think that maybe everything will not bat Nigeria. They are still substantive.
Let me tell you, I will keep on bashing them until
I'm not bashing them without. I'm saying what I know and what is right.
Who's the Player of the Month for Nigerian League?
We are not talking about Nigeria. We are here for South Africa.
Yes, PSL.
Yes, Sianda Glovo for Golden Arrows. You know, he scored 3 goals plus 3 assists in 5 matches.
Okay,
which was worth it. You understand me now?
So and then months of September.
For the month. Then the coach Abdusalam Kwadu of Pirates. Then 3 wins in 3 matches, and then considered no goal. That was why they gave him the award. But when it comes to this award, there are 5 people that judge this award. You know, internally, the main 5 people that were involved or that are always involved in giving this award. The number 1 person is Sifiwe Ngludu from Super Sports. Okay. The second person is Mazola Mulefe from SABC, their national television. Then the third person is Sinetemba Sitole, which is from Diski Times So this next person is Smiso Nsomi from Independent News. Then the next person is Sile Ndebele from Sowatan News. So these 5 people, they are very well-known journalists in South Africa, even in Africa per se. So they judge this thing. So, and I feel like this is clearly anywhere when you are watching this league, at least you can see that okay, Ndlovu did well, scoring fantastic goal, and one of those goals he scored was the solo goal he scored against Stellenbosch on the 22 in Cape Town. You understand? So I think that goal particularly winning that award, it was a very fantastic goal. So, and it's a very good player. So coming from Zimbabwe and the coach as well. So it's not even just about the money. It's not just about maybe because player of the money. No, but what matters most is that these guys are bigger than that money at this level. And we're not talking about the Nigerian league. We're talking about this South Africa and the money they earn to. The money to sometimes when they get this money, they just share it or they use it to go and club in the night and just because they just want to buy drink around for the whole team player and then the curator and the so it's just the joy. But the joy there is that one, when you get this award, it's coming to your team. So
that's
the
an
team,
individual award.
Yes, the individual award also increases the reputation for the team, because before you can win that award, that shows that your teammates have contributed a level of performance to you as well, because you are not the only one on the pitch. So winning that award, when you write it in global, you are going to put golden arrows in front. So that golden arrows as well shows that they produce a player that was fantastic within that month. You understand? So the coach for Pirates as well shows that he did something well. So there was no reason why they would have just tricked them that award or give it to. So when you are giving such award, it's always glaring. At least most times in this case, there was nothing like maybe they will have done. No. I think you have passed that stage, and it's not all about the money. I think it's just the performance, because when you win 2-3, that means you are guaranteed of winning the player of the season award, because like 2 or 3 other players who can win 1-1-1, then from there after the end of the season you might be given the player of the year.
Okay, but you made mention of the people that gives this award to the
votes.
The votes for this award in South Africa.
Yeah.
Do you know the ones that vote for award in Nigeria? Do we have any group like that?
It's still our national sport journal, but I don't know their names yet. Maybe I will do research on that.
Okay.